Alright, I wanted to do another backyard or balcony video here in New Jersey of our garden that we got going on here. As always, I got Scotland with me. Scotland! Hey! Watching her birds. So, I'm going to start over here. We have some Pablo lettuce growing in a tin can. We have the mesclun lettuce. We have some spinach growing. And then lastly, in these green little circle box bins is our green onions. Now, the next segment I wanted to show is how we bought these bins at Lowe's. Pretty good bins, have a lot of space in them. And they have two dimensions that can fit the 2x4 of your balcony. They can either be the wider or the skinnier 2x4s. So, right here we have some planted carrots, just barely starting to grow. Next we have some red radishes growing. We have bell peppers, the yellow bell. And next to it is the jalapeno hot. We have them mixed in with some green onions. And they're just barely starting to pop out some little flowers, and hopefully we'll be seeing their fruit here shortly. Next to them we have a chili red and a pimiento bell pepper, again mixed in with green yellow onion. Over here we have our cilantro growing in just another pot. And then of course I got buckets, and at the bottom of the bucket I just drilled some holes every so often around them to drain out the water if it's ever overflowed, so they don't get too wet. These are our early girl tomatoes. We have two of those growing, one right next to each other, nice and green. And then we always clip off the bottom one so it doesn't hit, and then we try to pull the inner stems in between them so it doesn't get too crowded, so they can get all sunlight all over the plant. And as you can tell, we're just barely starting to get some tomatoes popping in there. Lastly, on the corner we have our squash, yellow and green squash. We have cucumbers, pole bean plants, and eventually we'll hang up a netting that will cover this whole area so they can just grow up that. Up top we have our bug zapper with a timer that can be hooked in also with our bird light in case it gets too warm at night, or too cold at night, to keep them warm through the night. Over here we have just one more length box that sits on the balcony. There is our more yellow onions, and back behind here is our rainbow Swiss chard, just growing away. So this is a lot of plants just in a little area. It's kind of an experiment, see how we do. One more plant I didn't show you is our, in another bucket, we have our potato plants. And we're about ready to fill it up with more dirt. It's halfway right now, and once it starts growing out the top, we'll fill in more dirt to grab more potatoes out of that pot. It's another experiment we haven't done. So this is our balcony garden here in New Jersey. If you have any questions, just give me a email or message me. And below is our little quail cage. I got one out that Scotland was playing with. Thanks for watching.